Recognizing manipulation tactics is super important to protect yourself from manipulators. But the ultimate goal is to have boundaries that are so loud and so obvious that the moment that the manipulator finds us, he thinks, okay, this one can't even be manipulated. Let me not even waste my time over here. I'll tell you exactly how to carry yourself exactly like this type of woman and prevent altogether being targeted by them. Remember that moment that you explained so carefully why they offended you that in the end you were the one apologizing. You were not afraid of being rejected. You were afraid of being misunderstood. That was the moment when you gave them the tool to manipulate you, which is the realization that you are so concerned about not being perceived as a bad person that you are willing to go above and beyond to please them just in order to feel good about yourself. Yes, I've been there a lot before realizing these things. What I'm about to teach you now will feel a little bit rude in the beginning, but it's only a sign that it's working. Because if you feel rude while setting this type of boundaries, it only means that somehow, somewhere, you're still falling for people pleasing. And this happens also to people that are so convinced that they're not people pleasing anymore, which is the most dangerous part because you think that you are acting from your free will. Meantime, they're still controlling you. The only difference is that now you can't notice it. The first boundary is the attention shield, because manipulators are nothing without your attention. Most people react to every message, content, drama, critique, everything that comes their way. When you are the type of person that decides what deserves your attention, every manipulator can sense that. For them, that is completely repellent. They will often manipulate you by pulling you into their drama. They purposely look for people that are easy to bring into their chaos in order to control them, because then you feel like you owe them help. So the first boundary you need is to stop feeling like you have to reply immediately to messages that are not urgent. Stop allowing other people to pull you into their chaos. Next time you receive a message or a notification, try delaying the moment that you reply. Start feeling within yourself, is this a moment where I want to reply, or am I feeling like I have to reply? Can this wait even 5 minutes? It's not like I'm going to make them wait so I look busy. It's I have control of my own time. I decide when to give you my energy. This will communicate emotionally to them that they don't have control over your attention. So your attention is not unlimited. The moment they value your attention is the moment that they can't control you anymore. I really used to feel so anxious every single time that someone would text me. I would feel like, okay, I have to answer. Now, if it's not work or an emergency, I literally answer when I finish what I'm doing, or when I generally feel comfortable. I'm like, okay, now I want to answer. Then I answer. They text more. Fine. I'm still not a call center for every person that needs attention. And I'm sorry, but if I can't fulfill myself first, I can't be there for anybody. But the thing that nobody talks about delayed response is that they're not enough, because silence can even trigger manipulators even more. When they feel like they lost control over you, the moment that you reply to them, they will try to regain it back, trying to get that validation quickly and in a way that doesn't even feel comfortable for you. That's why validation lag is another boundary that you have to remember and that you have to always carry with yourself. The next time that someone comes to you trying to make you accept their apology faster, or to give them approval fast, to agree with them with something, pause, stop, delay it. Actually tell them, I'll get back to you as soon as I feel ready. Or let me think about it. They rely on your impulsivity to control your will. And that's why many times you end up doing some things that you didn't consciously choose to do. Or especially forgiving when you were not ready to forgive yet. They will try to push you into getting back in the relationship as quick as possible, in a way that you don't have time to process what they did and you just delete it from your mind, basically. I actually used to feel so pressured to resume a relationship or a friendship as soon as they said sorry, because sorry meant so much to me. But the thing is that apology is not enough, because even if they're sorry, maybe I'm just not over it yet. I actually started informing them, literally letting them know that I will take my time until I feel ready to talk to them again. Not necessarily because they said sorry, then we just resume like nothing happened, which doesn't necessarily mean that I'm resentful or I'm gonna act angry. No, I will just respect my feelings until I feel comfortable around that person again. Of course, this way people will finally understand that your timing and your will is not on their command. And next time, before doing something like that, they will think about it twice. If you need 1 day, 2 days, take them. Pay attention to how their energy shifts. if they try to push you to think faster, if they pressure you, if they do, you should not even give them the outcome that they want. Because what they're trying to do is basically rewire your mind to see reality the way that it's convenient for them, which is by definition manipulation, basically. So the next time that someone has a question or a request and they expect immediately a yes, do this. This will immediately signal that your will is not theirs to control. But there are situations where you can't really say whatever you want because everything you say can be used against you. Let's say with your boss, with your professors, or if you are very young, with your parents. And of course, I've got you covered. This is where Slavic Stare comes in, which is funny because this was a trend on TikTok, but it's basically something that Slavic women do when they are irritated. It disarms completely the other person, but without any expenditure of energy from your side and without having to say anything at all. To put this gesture into words, it's basically when someone expects a reaction from you, instead you look straight into their eyes with no emotion for, let's say, 3 seconds. Then you blink twice and look away. It throws them off completely every time. They can't touch what you did that pissed them off, okay? They can't say, oh, you said this to me. Oh, you did this to me. You didn't do basically anything. It was just your face expression. This is not even a tactic. It's basically your new way to respond to provocation with poise. This basically says, okay, that was insane, but it doesn't mean that it deserves my attention. You can try again next time in another way. Most of the times they will try to over-explain again what they already said, maybe with other terminology, or try to kind of justify what they feel. This works every time, because when you remove emotional fuel from an interaction, they are forced to stop trying to control you and to actually protect themselves, to try to balance out that energy that they just lost. The most powerful part of this is that it disarms them without them being able to point exactly what you did that triggered them. However, there is a part of manipulation that bypasses all these boundaries. And that's because these people are not trying to manipulate you on purpose. They're just living their life in a way that is destructive, and they end up distracting everyone around them as well. And this last boundary is the only way to protect yourself from it. If you are constantly surrounded by people that come to you for their problems, they constantly require help from you. You spend so much energy giving them advice, free therapy, helping them solve them, and as soon as they can, they go back to that situation that gave them that pain in the first place. And then you are stuck in this endless cycle of helping them. Then you need to understand that the deepest form of love sometimes is allowing people to face the consequences of their own choices. Stop rescuing people from their mistakes. Start telling them, I'm sorry, but I don't really know what you can do. Only you are in your shoes. I already told you my opinion before. Or, I'm sorry you have to go through this. I hope you will sort it out soon. Stop allowing everyone to have access to you just because they came to you with their problems that they don't even want to solve. When you allow people to face the consequences of their own actions, they understand that you are not their emotional punching bag. And manipulative energy can survive without attention. I used to be friends with people that they would allow the same partner to disrespect them over and over again in the same exact way. And they could have left the relationship literally tomorrow. They didn't have any house in common, any children, anything to stop them. But they would just call me and being like, oh, he disrespected me, he did this, he did that, he talks to another girl, he did whatever. And after 2 hours, they would leave the conversation emotionally replenished, feeling good again, and I would be completely drained. Then I would be like, hey, how about we meet next week? And they're like, oh, actually, I just sorted out the problems and apparently I'm busy with him all week. No, we don't do this anymore. Next time that someone tries to offload all their problems onto you and expects you to fix them, you step back, say nothing, offer no solution, remain in your energy and allow them to navigate their own reality. If you apply these anti-manipulation boundaries, I'm sure sometimes you'll be called selfish. But definitely you're not feeding the ego of manipulative and abusive people anymore. Try not try again, because the women on this channel are not a target for manipulation anymore. Bye!